Guys, and welcome back to Sports Television. This is my second upload of the day. Earlier, you might have noticed I posted my 2.0 first round draft predictions. So I said, why not follow up a little later in the day and do my 2.0 draft predictions for the second round. Probably out tomorrow. I'll be doing the computer simulated 2.0 for first and second, but we'll see. As always, remember to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Comment below. I read your suggestions. I have started up a contest for the best channel art. I've gotten a few submissions, and for those that have submitted, thank you so much. If you want to try to submit channel art, it's really easy. Just look up online. You don't have to draw anything. You can do it all digitally. But I want something a little bit close to what I have right now, but maybe a different background. It needs to include all my socials that I have on my channel art, my Instagram and my TikTok. So if you want to enter, just comment below and send it to my email, from business inquiries, which is in the description, along with all my socials, my merch, and my website's also there. As you know, we're trying to get up. The first video did pretty well. Let's keep going. We're at 410. Let's remember 500. There will be a live stream. I'm thinking it's looking like Madden that we'll be doing. Tell me if you want me to play any specific team, and I'll probably just play against the computer. Any difficulty. I'm not the best Madden player in the world, but I'm certainly not a beginner. But just let me know. Let's get into it. As we know, this is my first round draft. I drafted Burrow, Young, Okuda, Simmons. Controversially, I went with Love over Herbert in my 2.0. Herbert went 9th to the Jaguars, which is interesting. CeeDee Lamb fell to the Raiders. Henry Ruggs fell to the Dolphins. And the Patriots, instead of getting a quarterback, did Zach Bond, number 1 overall edge, I believe, in the draft. And that led to the Seahawks and the Titans both getting good players for where they are. Cesar Ruiz moved up into the first round, and DeAndre Swift, the best running back, predicted to go 21st overall, went 32nd overall to the Kansas City Chiefs. And first up is the Cincinnati Bengals. So for the Bengals, they need an edge, they need an IOL, they need a linebacker, and they need a running back. I think they're going to jump on J.K. Dobbins. He's going to be the first selection in the second round. Next, we have the Colts. Need a wide receiver, need an offensive tackle. Don't really need a running back. They need a wide receiver badly. I think they're going to go with Laviska Shenault Jr. as their pick. Next up, we have the Lions. They need an IDL or an edge or an IOL. I think that they are going to certainly see these people left on the board and notice that they need safety. I think they're going to go with Antoine Winfield Jr. out of Minnesota. Next up, we have the Giants. They need an offensive tackle, an edge, and a safety, and a wide receiver. They're going to get Isaiah Wilson out of Georgia, just ahead of Josh Jones. Next, we have the Chargers. I think the Chargers will also jump on another offensive tackle, which is Josh Jones. He will be picked. Next, we have the Panthers. They need a cornerback or a linebacker. Not in a big need for a running back. Do need a wide receiver. Do need a cornerback. I think they're going to go with Noah out of Auburn. Next up, we have the Dolphins again. They need an offensive tackle. They need an IOL. They need an edge. They need a running back and an offensive tackle. I think that they're going to pick their offensive tackle and go with Urza Cleveland out of Boise State. Decent offensive tackle. Next, we have the Houston Texans. They need an edge, an IDL, IOL, or an offensive tackle. I think they're going to jump on IDL. I think they're going to pick Ross Blacklock out of TCU for the 40th pick. Next, we have the Browns. They need a safety, linebacker, an IOL, IDL. Wide receiver or running back. They see these players up here. I don't think they jump on them. I think instead that they look for a safety or they look for linebacker. They can't see really any good linebackers. They're looking for an IOL. Can't really find any till late. I think that they're going to say, what do we need most, a wide receiver or a running back? I think they're going to see Jonathan Taylor up here. I think they're going to pick him 41st overall. Next, we have the Jaguars. They need an IDL. I think they're going to pick Marlon Davidson out of Auburn. Next, we have the Bears. They need an IOL, cornerback, safety, offensive tackle, QB, wide receiver, edge, running back, linebacker, IDL, and tight end. I think they're going to go with an offensive tackle up here. They're going to go with Austin Jackson out of USC. Next, we have the Colts. They also need a quarterback. I don't think they're going to pick a quarterback quite so high, although I could see them trying to jump on a quarterback. And the next quarterback coming up is Jacob Eason. Do they go for him? I do not believe they have another pick in the second round. Or do they go with an IOL? I think that they are going to jump on the quarterback situation and draft Jacob Eason out of Washington. Pretty high, but they certainly need him. I think he'll be the Jones that went to the Giants of this draft, Daniel Jones. I think that he'll be pretty higher than expected, but they certainly need him and want to get Jacob Eason. Next, we have Buccaneers. Need a running back, need a wide receiver. I don't think they're going to look and see, we need to draft a running back because they have all these people still ahead. I think they're going to who's the best wide receiver, and they're going to draft Jalen Reagor out of TCU. Next, we have Broncos. Also need a wide receiver or an offensive tackle or an IOL. They're going to see a wide receiver, and they're going to go with T. Higgins out of Clemson. Next, we have the Falcons. Need a cornerback, need an edge. I think they're going to see the edge and draft Terrell Lewis out of Alabama. Next, we have the Jets. Need an edge, need a wide receiver, need an IOL, need a cornerback. I think they're going to try to get a edge or a wide receiver. I think they're going to get a wide receiver, though, and draft KJ Hamler out of Penn State. Next, we have the Steelers. They need an IDL, IOL, quarterback, tackle, edge. I think they're going to be looking. I think they're going to try to draft an IDL. And I think they're going to go with Raekwon Davis out of Alabama. Next, we have the Bears up again. They need an IOL. They need a cornerback. They need a safety. I think they're going to pick Jeremy Chin out of Southern Illinois. Next, we have the Cowboys. They need a cornerback or a safety or an IOL or a tight end. I think they're going to pick a safety. They're going to pick Kyle Duggar out of Lenoir Rhine. Next, we have the Rams. They need a linebacker, edge, cornerback, IOL, OT, IDL. I think they're going to pick A.J. Terrell out of Clemson for a cornerback position. Next, we have the Eagles. They need a running back, and they see Clyde Edwards-Helaire still there. But I think they're going to try to pick more conservatively. Go with probably Trayvon Diggs out of Alabama at the cornerback position. Next, we have the Bills. Bills do need a running back. They do need a cornerback. They do need a wide receiver. I think that they're going to pick Clyde Edwards-Helaire out of LSU. Next up, the Ravens. They need an IOL, a wide receiver, an edge, or a running back. I think that they're going to go with an IOL. I think they're going to sign Lloyd Cushenberry III. Next, we have Dolphins up again. They need an IOL. I think that they're going to hands down pick Jonah Jackson. After that, we have the Rams up again. They need a linebacker. They need an edge, IOL, offensive tackle. I think that they're going to be looking for an IDL. I think they're going to pick or a safety. But I could also see them jumping on the linebacker. I think they're going to get Willie Gay Jr. out of Mississippi State. Next, we have the Vikings. They're drafting probably an edge, an IOL, and an IDL. I think they see Justin from Texas A&M up there. I think they're going to draft him. Next, we have the Seahawks. They need an IOL. They need an offensive tackle. They need a wide receiver. I think they're going to go for one of these four wide receivers. And I think that they're going to be in between these two. And I think they're going to pick Pittman Jr. Barely dropped any catches in college. I think he's a really consistent player. I think they're going to draft him. Next up, the Ravens. They see all these wide receivers here, and I think that they're instantly going to jump on a wide receiver. I think it's just who. I think they're going to probably get Brandon Ayuk out of Arizona State. I think you're going to draft him. Next, we have the Tennessee Titans. They need an IDL. They need an offensive tackle or a cornerback. I think they're going to try to draft Davon Hamilton out of Ohio State as their IDL. Next up, we got the Packers. They need a wide receiver, a tight end, a cornerback. I think they're going to try to draft a wide receiver. And I think they're going to draft Chase Claypool out of Notre Dame. Next up, we have the Chiefs. They need a cornerback, also an IOL, a linebacker, and an edge. They sort of need offensive tackle. I think they're going to try to jump on one of these. I think they're going to get Jalen Johnson out of Utah. Next, we have the Seahawks. They need an IOL or an offensive tackle. I think they're going to finish it up with drafting Lucas Young out of TCU as their offensive tackle. And that is my conclusion to my second round. If you want to look at it, we got J.K. Dobbins going number 33, first pick in the second round. Couple wide receivers being picked early. Josh Jones, borderline first round, being picked in the second round. Urza Cleveland being picked pretty high in the second round. Jonathan Taylor, borderline first rounder, getting picked in the second round. Jacob Eason, quarterback, going to the Colts. I think he's the fourth best quarterback in the draft. He'll be getting picked by the Colts. Patriots are going to wait. We got Terrell Lewis being drafted early as an edge. We have Clyde Edwards-Helaire, running back. We drafted at LSU. And then we have Pittman, another good wide receivers right here. Then we have rounded off. We have Jalen Johnson, the quarterback out of Utah, and then Lucas Niang, offense tackle out of TCU. As always, leave a like, subscribe. Tell me what you think of this in the comments. This is my 2.0. If you want to see my previous videos, check it out for my second round. I'm probably going to do the computer. It sims through them really quickly. We can see what the computer thinks about the first two rounds. That'll probably be released tomorrow. We're on the road to 500. Remember, if we hit 500, there will be a live stream. And if you guys watch the end, comment end below. It really means a lot if you guys stick all the way till the end. Thank you all so much, and stay safe.